move to the next presentation. It is by Dr. K.S. Balasubramanian sir from the Kuppuswamy Shastri Research Institute on Sahaja Marga meditation vis-a-vis ancient Indian schools of thought. Balasubramanian sir.
Namaste to one and all. Thank you for this opportunity. India is the homeland of spirituality. There had been great sages, seers, and saints who emerged in this holy place down from the Vedic period, or perhaps even before that, who gave their heart and soul to reach their destination, which was their sole aim, that is, God realization. We find from the hymns of the sacred Vedas, Upanishads, and the Bhagavad Gita and Smritis their noble and sincere attempts to attain the everlasting bliss, which they communicated to the masses according to their own level of understanding and approach. So later on, some degradation took place, and the result is the interpretation of these texts from the intellectual point of view, and we see a lot of schools of philosophy in the place of schools of Indian thought. And slowly, man forgot his source, where from he came. There was dilemma everywhere, even in the minds of those who were following the schools of different religions. At this juncture, the very nature herself blessed humanity with a great personality named revered Sri Lalaji Maharaj, as we call him, Samartha Guru Mahatma Sri Ramchandraji Maharaj of Fatehgarh, on the Basant Panchami day in 1873, and he discovered so many things and the approach through meditation also. And he had a worthy disciple called Sri Ramchandraji, whom we affectionately call Babuji Maharaj. He was succeeded by Chariji Maharaj and presently by Kamleshji Patel, who is well known universally as Daji. And the school of Sahaj Marg, as propounded by Babuji Maharaj, prescribes a set of 3 practices to be performed daily with dedication, namely meditation before sunrise in the morning, cleaning after the day's work is over, and prayer at bedtime. Meditation on the divine light in the heart is prescribed for all the aspirants in this system. Everyone without barrier of color, caste, religion, sex, nationality is welcome to practice this system and be benefited. Since this paper is concerned only with meditation, an account of the same is presented here. Meditation is represented by the term dhyanam in Sanskrit, which is derived from the root dhyai, to think. So meditation actually means to think of an object continuously. This idea is given by Patanjali in his Yoga Sutra as the 7th step of his Ashtanga Yoga, when he defines dhyanam as tatra pratyaya ekathanaka dhyanam. Some may question how meditation plays an important role in one's spiritual pursuit, and whether it is possible to practice meditation without learning the scriptures, including Vedas, Upanishads, etc. It's not essential for one to have the mastery over the Shrutis or Smritis for the realization of the ultimate. For both the Shrutis and Smritis themselves do not recommend it. The Svetasvatara Upanishad says, Tusho akshare parame vyoman yasmin deva adhi vishve nisheduhu yastam navedakim rucha karishyati ettat viduhu ta ime samasate, which means, about a while are the Vedas to him who does not know that indestructible, highest ethereal being in whom the gods and Vedas reside. Only those who know that are satisfied. Further, the Kathopanishad says, Nayamatma pravachanena labhyaha na medhaya na bahuna shrutena. And Lord Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita says, Trayunya Vishaya Veda Nistrayunyo Bhavarjuna. So he says one should go beyond the 3 gunas, and the Vedas pertain only to 3 gunas. And further he says, Yavanartha udapane sarvatas samplutodake tavan sarveshu vedeshu brahmanasya vijanataha. When the whole place is surrounded by water, how much is the help from the well? Similarly, for a Brahmajnani, the Vedas are of little help. And in Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga, the 11th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, Na Veda Yajnadhyayanair Nadanaihi, Na Chakriyabihi, Na Tapobirubraihi. So he says, not through the Vedas, not through the sacrifices, not through the offerings, nor by various activities, and not even by severe penances, one can reach me. The same idea he repeats, Naham Vedairna Tapasa, Nadanena Nachejaya. But in the Svetasvara Upanishad, the means is given, as was quoted by one previous speaker, where it is said, Te dhyana yoganugata apasyan devatma shaktin swagunair nigudham, as to how to reach the ultimate, which is the cause of the entire creation. This Upanishad says, practicing the method of meditation, they realized that being who is the God hidden beyond the three gunas. In the Bhriguvalli of the Taittiriya Upanishad, Varuna instructs his son, Bhrigu, saying, Tapasa Brahma Vijignasasva Tapo Brahmeti, which is self-explanatory. In yoga texts like Goraksha Samhita, the saint says, Ashwamedha Sahasrani Vajapeya Satani cha Ekasya Dhyana Yogasya Tulam Narhanti Shodashi. All the thousands of Ashwamedha sacrifices, hundreds of Vajapeya sacrifices are not equal to even 1/16th of one Dhyana Yoga. And in Mahanarayana Upanishad, we find the importance being given to renunciation. Nagarmanana prajaya dhane natyage naike amritatva manasu, etc. Where the word tyaga means renunciation, but Sahajamar does not recommend anyone to renounce this world. There is no contradiction at all in the statement of the masters of Sahajamar. The contradiction is only apparent because of the misunderstanding of the term renunciation. Renunciation does not mean that one should leave off everything in this world and lead an ascetic life in the forest. For Pujya Sri Babuji Maharaj says, renunciation truly means non-attachment with worldly objects and not the non-possession of things. Renunciation is in fact a condition or inner state of the mind which brings to view the transitory and changing character of things and creates a feeling of non-attachment to such objects. His eyes are fixed every moment on reality, which is unchanging and eternal and is free from the feeling of attraction and repulsion. This is Vairagya in the true sense. Lord Krishna says in the Gita, Dhyanat Karma Balatyagaha. Hence it is clear that Sahajamar prescribes the best method, namely the meditation, for attaining ultimate reality. Now, on what object should we meditate? According to Sahajamar, it is advised to meditate on the heart with the suggestion that the divine light is in the heart. Some may question, while there are many other objects, many other gods, mantras for meditation, why should one fix divine light as the object of meditation? Then does it mean that God is light? Surely there are many points or objects of meditation, but we take only the divine light as the object of meditation. The Kathopanishad says, Angushta Matra Purushaha Jyotiriva Dhumagaha. So the Purusha of the size of a thumb, the Lord of the past and the future, is like the light without smoke. He is verily today, tomorrow, and everywhere. This is verily that, says Kathopanishad. The Babuji Maharaj's own words regarding meditation on the divine light are given here. In our system, the Abhyasi is advised to meditate on the heart, thinking of the divine light there. But he is directed not to view light in any form or shape like that of an electric bulb or candle, etc. In that case, the light appearing therein will not be real, but one projected by his own creative speculation. An Abhyasi is advised to proceed with a mere supposition of light with the thought of divinity at the bottom. What happens then is that we meditate upon the subtlest which is to be attained. He further says, every saint has used the word light, and I too cannot avoid it because that is the best expression to reality. But that creates some complications because when we talk of light, the idea of luminosity comes to our mind. Sorry. The luminosity of the idea of luminosity becomes prominent and we begin to take it as glittering. The real light carries with it no such idea. Under our system, The Abhyasi, no doubt, sometimes sees light, but the glittering light appears only in the beginning when the matter comes into contact with energy. In other words, it is only a clue that energy has begun to work. The real light has dawn color or a faint reflection of colorlessness. Although light is not the exact translation of the thing, because light is really far more heavy a thing than what actually it has been expressed so merely for the sake of understanding, because in that case, it means actually light means one should feel lighter and lighter, and light means loss of weight of one's own thought. Thus, the real light refers only to the real substance, or more appropriately, substanceless substance. Dr. K.C. Vardachari, explaining on this suggestion, says the Upanishad say, Asato ma sadgamaya. It is a very big statement. We go from unreality to reality, and tamaso ma jyotir gamaya. We go from darkness to light. Now, we are not going towards the light. Light is not our goal. We go beyond both darkness and light. Na tatra suryo bhati, na sasankaha, na cha pavakaha. There, the sun does not shine, nor the moon will illumines, nor the fire burns. In other words, it is neither hot nor cold. Now, if such is the condition to which you go, how can you say that you are going towards Jyoti? Either the word Jyoti has been improperly translated as light, or that it emerged when you merge in God. So the word Jyoti is difficult for translation or explanation of the commentators. It is something beyond darkness and light, something which merges when you enter into the divine. That is the goal. Now, as our master says, light is not our goal. Light is equated with Vidya, darkness is avidya. Our goal is not within these two terms or the two experiences. Both of them are experiences in the language in which we use it. We must enter into that and merge in the divine. These are the words of Dr. K.C. Vardachari. It may be asked that there are many parts in the body on which one can meditate, especially Trikuti, the point in between the eyebrows, navel chakra, and by projecting one's attention on the tip of the nose, and so on. Then why should one meditate on the heart? Surely, there are many parts in the human body on which one can meditate. But the best way is the meditation on the heart. Puja Sri Babuji Maharaj says, the most appropriate point for meditation can be only that where from the current flows on, either upwards or downwards. It can be only heart and nothing else. The Shruti also recommends the same. For example, Mahanarana Upanishad says, Anantamavyayam Gavigum Samudre Entam Vishwasambhavam Padmakosha Pratikasagam Hridayam Chapyadho Mukam. And the Shvetasara Upanishad says, Yesha Devo Vishwakarma Sada Jananam Hridaye Sannivishtaha Hrida Manisha Manasabhiklipto Yaetad Viduhu Amritaste Bhavanti. This divinity who created the universe and who pervades everything, always dwells in the hearts of creatures, being finitized by emotions, intellect, will, and imagination. Those who realize this become immortal. And Mahanarana Upanishad says, Dakram vipapam parame eshma bhutam yat pundarikam puramadhya sadgyastam tatrabhidakram gaganam vishogastasmin yadantastadupasitavyam. Small and pure like a lotus is the heart of man in the center of his being. There abides the Lord, subtle and formless and untouched by the sorrow. He is to be adored. He who is thus, who resides within the heart itself. And Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Hriddeshe Arjuna Tishtati. But the best explanation as to why one should meditate on the heart is given by Puja Babuji Maharaj himself. He says in Sahaj Marg philosophy, generally, I advise meditation on the heart at the point where you feel its beats. Meditation on other points can also be undertaken, such as fixing the attention on the tip of the nose or between the eyebrows, etc. But in my opinion, meditation on the heart is the easiest and most beneficial. There is a great philosophy underlying meditation on the heart. The heart is the pumping station of blood. It sends out purified blood to all parts of the body and to the smallest cells. Now, we have taken the heart as the center for meditation. The blood that runs through our system is affected. The solidity due to our own thoughts and actions begins to melt away. This is the first thing that we begin to gain from the first day by this method of meditation on the heart. It is thus the nucleus and creates the vibrant motion wherever it is directed. This is the field for the mind to work, and this is the instrument by which we develop the discriminating faculty. The subtle force works in this place for the descent of divine energy. If somehow our thinking conjoins with it, or we train it so that it may percolate the right thing and direct it towards reality, the problem is solved. People may ask why it is necessary to proceed with meditation. The answer is quite plain and simple, that by meditation, we gather ourselves at one point so that our individual mind may leave its habit of wandering about which it has formed. By this practice, we set our individual mind on the right path because it is now metamorphosing its habits. When this is done, our thoughts naturally do not go astray. The heart is the only which the connecting link between the animate and the inanimate is most clearly felt. This is the reason why meditation on the heart is very useful.
Sir,
Further,
can you summarize, sir? Sorry, can you please summarize and conclude, sir?
yeah, I will do that. I think I have not even crossed 15 minutes, but anyway. So that is why the meditation in the heart is recommended in this system to help the abhyasis, or those who practice the system of pranahuti, is used in only in this system, which is called pranasya prana, which is defined as the utilization of the divine energy for the transformation of human beings. This has been worked in earlier texts. We find it in Upanishad, we find it in Yoga Vasishta, 3 methods of this yogic transmission. We find in Sutta Samhita 4 methods of yogic transmission called Shaktipata, which is gross, subtle, subtler, and the subtlest. The transmission through thought power is supposed to be the subtlest, which is being used in this system. And for those who are interested in realizing God within this lifetime itself, this is the safest, surest, softest, and the shortest spiritual path. We welcome you all to come and reap the benefit out of this system. It is absolutely free, and this is a very simple system. Therefore, it is known as Sahaj Marg. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for showing the textual, philosophical moorings of the Sahaja system of practice. Nagaraji, would you have comments on this?
I can only say that the Ramachandra mission is lucky to have Dr. K.S. Balasubramanian in its.
No.
That is the only thing I can say. Because I know Ramachandra Mission in Hyderabad, they have their biggest center in Kana village here, and very close to my house in Liberty area, they have very old meditation center, and I have many of my friends who are followers of this, but none, I would say exactly none, is like Dr. Balasubramanian. Such an erudite scholar and such a learned person, both in Tamil traditional practices, spiritual practices, and also on the Vedic side of practices, textual knowledge, everything. So I think if Ramchandra Mission is lucky or wise, it would make use of the services of Dr. Balasubramanian for giving a textual strength, scholarly strength to their cult and practice. That is the only thing I can say. And I'm also surprised to see that such traditionally learned people like Dr. Balasubramanian are attracted towards these contemporary practices. When such a thing happens, they are lucky, actually. Those contemporary practices are lucky. Thank you very much, sir.
My blessings.